Hey guys, how's it going? Twiggs here. So we're going to be checking out another video by Stioorg. Great content creator, man who knows how to bring up really good discussions. And apparently this video is the Wuthering Waves hate train is out of control. Let's find out how far things have gotten with the whole Wuthering Waves, and more than likely this involves Genshin Impact. So before we jump into it, so definitely hit that like and subscribe button. Hitting that like button helps get the video out there. Hitting that subscribe button helps grow the channel, helps us grow a community over here. So definitely hit that like and subscribe button. And while you're at it, there's a link in the description below for Stioorg's video. Hit that like button for him. Hit that subscribe button for him. Like I said, real cool guy. Makes great content based on discussions. And I really enjoy his content. So let's jump into this.
Hi, Steambun X here for Daddy Sick.
Guys, another slime situation. Yo, today I'm gonna talk about the hate train of Wuthering Waves. You know, somewhere in the internet there is a big problem. There is a big community called r/gacha gaming. Within this community, there is an insane person that is trying his best to push some weird agenda on Wuthering Waves.
Is it who I think it is?
r/Wuthering Waves has the most delusional, stupid Wuthering Waves stance that I ever seen.
Okay,
Yes, today we're
both
making
sides.
everyone angry. So let me first start with r/gacha gaming. Of course,
Okay. Again, we're going to get both sides. That's fair. I'm always an advocate for being fair.
I want to say that there is a percentage of people that are normal in this sub, but to be honest, I've never seen that many mentally ill people in my life. And the biggest example is Steam Dumpling.
Oh, it is. It is who I think it is. All right, so this guy, Steamed Bun, you guys might be familiar with him. Some of you guys might not be familiar with him. But this dude is such a Genshin stan, like fanboy, White Knight defender, that he will leap over the moon if he has to defend Genshin Impact. No matter what it was, even if he had to literally take facts out of situations, throw them out the window to be able to defend Genshin in any way. So this is already going to be gold.
X. The guy who made one of the most stupid takes about the Genshin Impact drama got absolutely destroyed on YouTube, so he decided to go to Reddit. And what is he doing? He's literally spreading misinformation and some information which is partially true and tries to paint a narrative why hating on Wuwa. So yeah, I'm gonna start with Wuwa haters before going to the Wuwa worshippers. Yeah, I have so many words about them. So Steambun X, which I just discovered that he didn't quit YouTube, he went and made another YouTube channel for Reverse. And yeah, if you see here his farming guides. And
don't get me wrong, it's just that Reverse 1999 just doesn't have anything going for it other than an interesting story. The characters are kind of mid, and I'm honestly surprised that he's literally gone to Reverse 1999. I thought he'd keep defending Genshin Impact to the death. All right, whatever.
And oh boy. On Reddit, this guy is always sharing some weird things. For example, he made a Reddit post saying that the real reason Wuwa has optimization issues seems to be found when the main Unreal Engine specialist Jeff whatever the fuck was laid off 2 months before release, and to last CBT and actual release destroyed the optimization anyway.
How would he know that? How would he have that insider information? I literally I cannot believe that he would know that. That he would know any of this. And I'm not surprised. Like, of course he would say this, because it's ridiculous.
An actual release destroyed the optimization anyway. As you see, this post is removed. Almost 2,000 upvotes. And what he's saying is, I've already proven this enough times, and I can't wake the people that are pretending to sleep. Just because you deny the evidence in front of your face doesn't mean the evidence doesn't stand. And
again, there is no way I believe, like I literally cannot believe that he knows this. It's ridiculous.
I'm not gonna read more. Now this was removed because the entire post was actually about his experiences as a software engineer. Then you might ask, why are people upvoting that? That's why this is one of the most dumb and stupid Reddit community ever. These are the same people who demanded evidence for the ZZZ contracts, because these people don't try to search for evidence, especially when it doesn't fit their narrative. And especially if you tell them that, oh, I provided evidence. Like, this is always his strategy. This guy is...
See, the thing is that this community of Reddit users, they only want what fits their narrative. If we bring up the ZZZ contracts, and you provided the proof of these contracts from an actual person that has the contract, they're going to say, no, I don't believe it. You're full of shit. And the thing is that granted, I will be fair, if Steambun was actually able to provide legit proof, then okay, I will hear your side. But the thing is that Steambun has never, when we look at all those videos he made a while back ago, he didn't provide proof. All he provided was arguments, but nothing to back up his arguments, which is why, based on that track record, I would not believe his proof if he tried to provide any to me, because I'm going to be skeptical based on his past. And to my point is that him and his community of Reddit users, they only want what supports their narrative. They're not there to listen to anything that goes against their narrative. And that's why they didn't care about the ZZZ contract fiasco.
Is always saying, oh, I provided evidence. These are facts. How can you deny evidence when he just said nothing? Not only that, whenever you reply to this dude, he always gets offended. No matter what you say, even if you agree with him. If you agree with him, he will insult the content creators of Wuthering Waves. Now here's the other thing. He thinks he's farming these people. The reality is, you're getting farmed. You know who's farming you? My ass. You're just wasting your time on Reddit trying to put down a game, and I'm here to just laugh at you and make money because you're being a dumb fuck on the internet. Keep it going. Another post, for example, is that Kuro Games is now in debt and following a lawsuit and things like that. And this is partially true. Yep, he actually said something true this time.
Okay.
And Kuro actually fucked up, but that was a while ago. Okay, posting that now doesn't make any sense. And he's trying to paint that this thing is gonna be so crucial and it will cause so many problems to Wuthering Waves. But if we look at any comment, he's like commenting every 2 hours. Every single comment, he's making fun of Wuthering Waves. This guy is living off of this, but he's not even making money. Like, I don't know. Of course, he gets downvoted sometimes, but sometimes he gets so many upvotes. This Reddit is full of haters, and I don't know even why. Actually, no, they're just afraid that Genshin Impact, the game that they spent $1,000 or $10,000 for some, is losing popularity, and there is a contestant. I don't know, like, the Genshin isn't dead anyway, so you didn't.
I mean, that's it. You nailed it. Him, Steambun, and the rest of the Reddit users are terrified of Wuthering Waves because they're among that part of the community that believes that everything Hoyoverse and Genshin, particularly Genshin, everything it does is fine. Everything is totally cool. Everything is great. There is nothing wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong. And when they see Wuthering Waves show up, they're like, oh shit, we're afraid for our billion-dollar company. And that's ridiculous. Everything about this whole situation, when it comes to those Reddit users, when it comes to that part of the Genshin Impact community, is ridiculous because they don't understand that they are actually winning with the existence of Wuthering Waves. If Genshin Impact sees Wuthering Waves pop off, it should make Genshin Impact light a fire under their ass and want to do good for their game. But they are so blinded by their passion and their blind love for Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse that they don't see how this is actually a win for them. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Didn't make the game, just play both games. There's
Yeah.
also man. Yeah, Mr. Pokey became one of the biggest memes in r/gacha games because he made the thumbnail saying that the game or the devs are listening, and they're making fun of the devs that are actually listening and fixing the problems. And I don't know why they are trying to link it with the game being rushed. For some reason they have a problem with the devs listening and giving rewards to the players. I don't know what's going on. Another post is saying
they're
about
just
the
blind.
traversal and world design in Genshin Impact. Basically saying that the traversal in Genshin Impact isn't bad because it's locked on 5-star characters and that it has so many ways to traverse. And of course they're comparing it to WoWA and trying to say that it's better than Wuthering Waves, which is factually wrong. And
Yes. Because traversal is locked behind particular characters, for example, Yulan, Sayu, or Kirara, you have to have those characters to make running, or at least getting across the ground or up buildings, feel good. Or have Kazuha or Venti to be able to move around the air. Or have Shueyun to help, again, move around in the air better. That doesn't feel good if you are an individual who doesn't have those particular characters, especially if you're a newer player. If you look at Wuthering Waves, traversal feels good no matter what character you're on. That is actually a net positive. Because if you are in Genshin Impact without any of those particular characters, that means you are locked behind 2 different versions of movement. Technically 3. Walk, run, and glide. I'm throwing jump along with glide. So that's it. I literally in Genshin Impact will not go anywhere without Yulan. Because I want to be able to sprint with Yulan. And that means that anytime I have to lock myself into a certain team without Yulan, it's just unpleasant. Moving around is actually so unpleasant without Yulan, and that is not a good feeling. Whereas in Wuthering Waves, moving around feels great.
You know what's crazy? Wuthering Waves has better traversal than Genshin, and I don't think it's near very good. These people only play gacha games and they have no idea what they're talking about. Because where's my raptor mount? What? But sometimes they make a point, so let me talk about the Wuthering Waves Reddit. The other side of the story. This Reddit is a little better. It has so many Reddit posts that are criticizing the game. Actually, most of them are fair. It has some posts that are defending the game for no reason. Most of them are so weird because the amount of people that are trying to defend Kuro games on some things that are clearly problematic is also concerning. Now here's the thing. 2 months ago, I said that if the game is gonna come out in 2 months, the game will have so many localization problems. And what happened is that the game is having so many localization problems. Some people said that I'm wrong, and it's enough for the game for 2 months to fix everything, which is kinda true, but it's not for a Chinese amateur company. Because let's be real, Wuthering Waves and Kuro Games are doing some weird mistakes with the game right now. And most of these mistakes shouldn't be happening. It's easy to fix. It's either problems with the localization, optimization, and here we go. Kuro Games leaked the emails of the people who applied for JP weapon gacha compensation, which is weird. Like, the best thing is, yes, they're trying to fix it. When they made localization issues for the Japanese people that are playing in Japanese that got the Jian weapon, now they're giving them their money back, or the value of their pulls back. I'm not sure about that. It's a very good move. I like Kuro Games a lot, but we shouldn't go and say that Kuro Games aren't doing some beginner mistakes. Most of these things are language barriers and things being rushed. So I don't know exactly what's the problem, but what I'm trying to say here, we need to call out Kuro Games when they do a mistake. We also need to call out the Kuro Games haters at the same time. I think that r/gacha gaming is full of delusional people.
Yes, and if there is anyone who is trying to defend Wuthering Waves blindly, they're doing exactly the same problems that the particular part of the Genshin Impact community has been doing for years now. And I understand at least part of the mentality. If there are Wuthering Waves White Knights, they're defending the game because they want everything to be fine, because they don't want to give an inch to, more than likely, a guess, I'll give you that, it's a guess, to the Genshin Impact side. They want to believe everything is fine because they don't want to give an inch. That's not how it should be. Own up to the problems. Yes, there are still issues with Wuthering Waves, whether it be optimization, localization, voiceover stuff, and also some mechanical things when it comes to just how the servers are acting when it comes to accounts, how, in my opinion, the simulated universe game mode in Wuthering Waves is, in my opinion, still feels kind of rough. I don't like some parts of it, and I'm hoping that it improves, and so on and so forth. I do think there are still issues. How the daily stamina system works. I still think there are improvements that need to be done with that. And crafting. I think crafting and gathering materials kind of still has some work to be done as well. Wuthering Waves is not perfect, and we need to keep voicing our criticism to get improvements to the game. This is how we get a really good game. And this is how Wuthering Waves will potentially outpace Genshin Impact. Because, as we know, the devs for Genshin Impact have, for a long time, barely gave an inch and have usually not listened to a damn thing the community has said. And it's only now, due to Wuthering Waves' existence, that Genshin Impact's dev team is actually trying to make improvements to Genshin Impact. This is why I keep saying competition in the market allows the players, everyone who is in these communities who plays either one of these games, to win. We are rewarded based on competition in the market. I don't know how many times I will have to repeat this, but I'll repeat it if necessary as many times as I need to.
But also, I think that Wuthering Waves has its problems currently that are getting fixed, and most of the problems got fixed, but we're facing new problems that shouldn't be happening, and that's why, Kuro, please listen to yourself too. They need to be more professional with the game. And even with that, I have so much hope for the game because the game is already good. People in r/gacha gaming are trying to push a narrative that the game isn't playable by most people, and when I checked most polls that content creators make that are just random people in Twitter, only 20% of people had big problems, which is big, by the way, having these problems at launch, which is way less now.
20% still not good.
Is way lower now, but like 80% of Wuthering Waves players are either having no problems with the game or minor issues. Again, I hate that games in these days are just being pushed out and not completely polished. But trying to paint that this is only in Wuthering Waves and didn't happen in Genshin, didn't happen in other games is pretty weird, shows that people are just haters and they basically have nothing to say but just make fun of other content creators. And I'm gonna be real, Poki, this kind of funny. The most annoying thing about idiocy is that you can't explain to an idiot. Dr. Ratio. And for Steam X, you're one of the most pathetic losers that I ever seen in my life. But anyway, if you don't subscribe now, you're gonna lose your 50-50. Bye-bye.
Another good video. Stioorg always kills it. But I will just reiterate what I said. Being blindly loyal to a game or a company is just not good. If you want an example of what happens when you are blindly loyal to a game and or company, look no further than Genshin Impact and how it treated its player base and its community for the longest time by literally not listening to it. And why do you think people eventually, for a good, I would say a good chunk of people, started resenting Genshin Impact? This resentment in Genshin Impact's community is only brought about due to Genshin Impact's dev team unwilling to listen. And the reason Wuthering Waves is being celebrated, even with its issues currently in the game as of this moment, is because they are listening. They are looking at how to improve the game, and they are saying that they're working towards it, and even going as far as to rewarding the player base for having to deal with these issues by saying, hey, here's a 10 pull. Hey, here's so much of the in-game currency. Please take this as compensation. And that's great. It's fantastic. They are listening and they are working on these issues. How long has Shinyan Shield been a complete fiasco of an issue in Genshin Impact? How ridiculous is it that they released Dia in a state where she was practically unplayable? Dia is literally an unenjoyable, unplayable character at Constellation 0 and is only even barely viable at Constellation 2. Just barely. And they allowed Dia to be in the game at that state as a 5-star character. And I bet you they only put Dia on the standard banner just because of how trash they knew she was. How long has Geo been a very mid element in Genshin Impact? And they have still yet to do anything about it. And they even said in the GameSpot article that they have no plans to do anything about it 2 years ago. And as the cherry on top, how long in Genshin Impact did we bitch about wanting end-game content that's combat focused, and they never did anything about it? For a very long time. And it wasn't until the existence, more than likely, of Wuthering Waves did they finally decide to release, when it comes to this next update for Genshin Impact, end-game content focused on combat. Genshin Impact has had problems and for a very long time, and most of them continue to exist to this day without anything being done about them. So that's my thoughts on this whole Wuthering Waves hate train. It's just kind of ridiculous. It's kind of silly. I think we all should learn, and I think a lot of people already do, especially you guys have watched my videos, already do believe and advocate for constructive criticism and advocate for fairness. And that's how I've always wanted to be. I always tried to be objective. And I believe Stioorg here wants to be absolutely fair too, which is why he probably made this video looking at both sides of the coin. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely head down to the comments. Let me know what you guys think about all of this Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, White Knighting. And while you're at it, hit that like and subscribe button for me. Hitting that like button helps get the video out there. Hitting that subscribe button helps us grow a channel, helps us grow the community here. So if you can hit that like and subscribe button, I'd greatly appreciate it. And while you're also at it, hit that link in the description below. It's to Stioorg's video. Hit that like button for him. Great content creator. Hit that subscribe button for him too. And with all that being said, thank you guys for hanging out. You guys have been great, and I will catch you guys later.